I'm going to have to talk about YouTube. And YouTube is stupid. And they're fucking dumb. And they're garbage. And they're trash. And I hope something terrible happens. I don't know what. I probably can't say. Fuck them. Their community guidelines people can eat shit all together. They can have just a giant buffet of shit together. And oh, so help me God, if I can get one of them on the phone, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be great. Because I have so much to say. So YouTube has given me a strike and therefore a 7-day suspension for promoting election misinformation about 2020, specifically promoting the notion that widespread fraud affected the election results in favor of Joe Biden. Now, if you have not heard me promote that theory, it's because I have never, ever promoted that theory. I have never, ever said that widespread election fraud had anything to do with the results of the 2020 presidential election. In fact, you motherfucking communist cunts at community guidelines, I have always, probably to my channel's detriment, said the opposite. Said that we don't actually have any evidence that would support changing the election results, that we don't have the ability to change the election results, that there is not sufficient evidence that has been brought before a court to influence the election results. I have said this over and over and over and over again, you dumb motherfuckers, you stupid fucking idiots. I have never, ever promoted the idea that widespread election fraud has changed the election results. But you know who has promoted it? YouTube community guidelines? You dumb motherfuckers promote it every time you censor someone and ban them for talking about truthful information, about true legal instances with election results, about election lawsuits that have all failed, all of them. And guess who said they would fail? This guy all the time, saying they would not work, that there's not sufficient mechanisms to change the outcome of the presidential election, saying things like the audit in Arizona doesn't actually matter for the 2020 election and is only useful for elections going forward, for them to identify areas where they might change laws for the next election. That's the only thing I've ever fucking said about it, you dumb motherfuckers. You stupid pieces of shit. You fucking morons who can't understand basic English. That's what I said about it. But when you come out and you ban people constantly who are telling the actual truth about all this shit, you kind of make it look like you are promoting election fraud because YouTube fully believes in widespread voter fraud influencing the 2020 election. That's the only result we can possibly come up with because it's the only thing that explains how fucking ban happy they are over this goddamn stupid subject. That when someone asks me an offhanded question, are you going to cover the Arizona audit results? And I give a very basic high-level answer that says, yeah, I'm looking to cover it because it's kind of interesting how, well, what they did was they went to undermine the audit that definitely can't change the election results, but they still went ahead to undermine it by releasing a portion of the report, screen capped and cropped out of context to support the election results. When there's some other interesting stuff in the audit report that's overshadowed by them preempting that by 1 day by releasing a preliminary report for a report that they have over and over said wasn't useful, wasn't reliable, had no good data in it. That's what I said. I'll say it again. I'll say it 100 times because it does not promote the theory that widespread election fraud impacted the 2020 election. But YouTube community guidelines absolutely believes it. They believe that there is widespread election fraud. YouTube community guidelines are the actual conspiracy theorists. They're the actual dumb fucking morons that think some dummy on YouTube is going to say magic words and suddenly the 2020 election is going to be undone. They are the stupidest people on the goddamn planet. Because no one else actually thinks that some weirdo lawyer in Minnesota talks about an election and they're going to go change the results. I can't fucking believe how stupid these people are. I can't believe it. I cannot understand it. In fact, I'm probably going to clip this because I have a meeting with YouTube tomorrow and I'm going to play this. That's going to be my meeting. I'm just going to play this for my partner manager so that she knows how fucking dumb the community guidelines people are. I want one on the phone. I want one on the phone. I've asked for them to tell me. I said, quote me the line. Quote me the line where I said anything about election fraud overturning the election. Quote me the one time I've done. Just once. Put the fucking quote down on paper and show me where I said it. Just once. Just show me the quote. They won't do it. They look at the stream as a whole. It was 4 hours of stream and 5 minutes of discussion about the Arizona audit. A very offhand, passe comment that, let's remind everybody, culminated with the Arizona audit does not matter for the 2020 election because there is no mechanism that currently exists to change the outcome of the 2020 election. You would have to have the states get together and pass a constitutional amendment to change the outcome of the presidency. That's what would have to happen. Guess what? That's not in the cards. That will not happen. I guarantee you the states are not going to get together and ratify an amendment that says, you know what, Trump won. Actually, here's a constitutional amendment that says Trump won. That's not going to happen. It was never going to happen. There are a bunch of people on YouTube who definitely wanted that. They definitely thought that the military was going to come in because they're weird and think that the military... Vox Day told me on the phone, unironically, that the military was going to take over and reinstitute Donald Trump as president. Vox Day told me that on the phone right after I had just got done saying, you know, there are some crazy people out there who believe that the military is actually going to reinstate Donald Trump as president. And Vox said, I believe that. And I said, I'm sorry, what? And he did. There are some people who believe that. It was never going to happen. What are you talking about? And you don't want to live in a country where the military, and by the way, if you haven't figured this out, the right, can I help you here? The right. The military top brass hates you and Trump. And they have his entire presidency. They lied to him. They lied about troop levels. They were literally consorting with the enemy. They're talking to enemies of state, saying that they're undermining the commander-in-chief. We know this. We know they've done this. We've known all this. You still believe the military will come and save you from Joe Biden? The right. Can I help you? The right. The military will not save you. They don't care. Just because the military members that you know happen to vote Republican more often than Democrat, they're not going to overturn. They're not going to go to war with their own country to change the president for you. They were never going to do this. Never, ever, ever was this part of some plan. And everybody who told you this was part of the plan and took your money, they lied to you. All of them. They all lied. They all knew. They're all either knew that they were lying or they were too fucking stupid. And you were listening to someone who was too stupid to realize that they were lying. And I'm so fucking tired of this because I have never once supported one of these goddamn fucking conspiracy theories. I have never ever supported them. And yet here I am being banned. Being banned because the YouTube community guidelines employees are so stupid that they actually think that'll happen. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. These fucking dumb people. Just wait, guys. Just 2 months away. Just 2 months away. The military, the plan is going to happen then. Just 2 months from now. Just go to the rally. It definitely won't be 95% feds. They're definitely they're the real people who are gonna fix it. That's right. They definitely are gonna. You know what? They're gonna come around this time. This time it's gonna happen. All those other times, those were all fake test runs, right? Those were the feds, but it won't be a fed at the next one. And the military's totally going to be on your side. Just wait. I've heard from my inside, top secret CIA, FBI, ATF, DOJ, military insider connections that this time they're definitely going to have the military's top brass on our side this time, and they're gonna come in and they're then like because Joe's getting really he's really crazy now. I mean, he's been a little wacky, but I mean, his latest blunders have been the real ones. I mean, they're the ones that are really like the military. Now they're looking at it like, oh, we better get this guy under control and get Trump back in office now. Now now it's going to happen. This time. Just one more month. If you just donate $35 more to truepatriotreality.org, that's where the actual patriots are gathering, and they've known about this for months. There's one big mess hall where they're all getting together and coding the website and taking donations. If you just give $17 a week, then that is going to finally do it. And the funny thing is, YouTube community guidelines is probably going to listen to this and go, oh man, this guy's spreading misinformation, because they're so stupid. They're so goddamn dumb. I can't take it. I'm so pissed about this. It's the dumbest thing in the world. And so tomorrow